Today we're talking about how to start your real estate career with 5 easy steps. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all having an incredible day. If you don't know who I am, my name is Aram. I'm a real estate agent in the Chicagoland area. I come to you twice a week with some type of valuable content about being a real estate agent, investor, and business owner, something along those lines. And if you enjoyed the content, do me the greatest honor, hit the like button, leave a comment with your thoughts, feedback, compliments, insults, whatever you got. Every single one of your comments will get a reply from me. And finally, if you're new to the channel and you're not subscribed, a lot of you are not new to the channel but are still not subscribed. So do me a solid and hit that subscribe button, and we'll carry on. And if you want more like detail, more one-on-one time with me, there's a Patreon link in the description. Go ahead and click on it. It's $10 a month and be greatly appreciated and helps me fund this whole thing because I'm doing it for free. Now that that's out the way, let's get down to the beans and potatoes of this conversation and go over how to start your real estate agent career. I'm gonna bring it back to the basics for all the old followers and for all the new followers who are just researching real estate. These 5 things I'm gonna share with you are very important, impactful, and if you do these 5 things, I promise you, I guarantee it, you will be successful within 1 to 2 years, and that's a promise, okay? So here's what we're gonna do. Let's start with step number 1. This is one of the most important steps. Make sure you understand what you're signing up for. Usually, step 1 is get a real estate license. No, don't do that. Figure out, is being a real estate agent really what I think it is? The reason I say that because a lot of agents fail because they sign up with false pretenses and false expectations. Do you expect to be showing houses all day and talking to clients, right? The reality is you're basically prospecting 80% of the time. And only 20% of the time are you being a real estate agent doing real estate activity, and that's the way it's supposed to work. Business development takes up majority of your time, and a lot of people don't know that going in, so they don't actually first plan for it, so they're only trying to look to do those 20% activities, but they fall short, which is why 80 to 90% of realtors will fail. So make sure you're not part of the statistic. Make sure you understand what you're signing up for. The best way to do this is, number 1, YouTube. Watch my content, watch other content, listen to podcasts, figure out how other people are getting business, this, that, and the other. And if you can have the opportunity to shadow an agent nearby or be maybe an intern from somebody or whatever, whether you got to work as an admin at a real estate office, just get inside the industry and see, maybe I don't like this. Maybe I'd rather sell cars instead of doing real estate. Or maybe there's something else you want to do, like roofs or whatever. Maybe you want to start a career in accounting and you find that out after you realize you don't want to be a real estate agent. So make sure you know what you're signing up for, number 1. Number 2, once you figured out, okay, you know what? I know what I'm signing up for and I want to get into this. I love everything about this. Get your real estate license. Pretty self-explanatory. In every state that you're in is going to be different. I can only tell you Illinois, as that's what I've experienced. We have a 75-hour pre-licensing course that's followed with a 45-hour post-licensing course. They're all hot garbage. They don't mean anything. All you have to worry about is passing the exams. Once you do, you can forget about everything you've learned. And our minimum age is 18 years old, and the total cost with getting paying for the course and getting all your licensing and your association dues paid should be in the realm of $2,000. So make sure that you are prepared for that as well. As to how to find a great place to get your license, literally Google it. That's what I did. How to get my real estate license near me, or real estate license near me, and something will pop up. Number 3, once you figure out you want to get in real estate, you got your real estate license, now it's time to hang it at a brokerage. So you have to choose a brokerage that's gonna help you grow your business. But let me rephrase that. It's gonna make it easier for you to grow your business, because brokerages do not necessarily help you, as they don't really give you leads. The training usually sucks, but they can make it a little bit easier as to you don't have to worry about overhead in regards to getting your own office space. You don't have to pay for any utilities. You can print an unlimited amount of pieces of paper. They got brochures, and there's resources with a brokerage that can kind of ease some of the pressures off you as an independent contractor. So choosing the right brokerage is key. And I do have a video, maybe I'll link it up here, about how to choose the right brokerage. But in short, make sure, first and foremost, forget that cloud brokerage nonsense. It's not going to work for you if you're a brand new real estate agent, okay? Find a brick and mortar office. It doesn't have to be a big franchise name. It could be a boutique. but there's a few things you want to look for. Make sure they're not taking more than 40% of your commission, and make sure there's no royalty fees that will end up making more than 40% of your commission. A 70-30 split, a 60-40 split, an 80-20 split is a very reasonable expectation to have when joining a new brokerage. And then make sure that they have a really nice office that you're gonna be happy and proud to bring clients through. It's in the location you wanna be in. It's close to where you live so you can actually go to the office often, and keep your monthly dues under 150 if you can. Next up is number 4, and this one right here is, I believe, overlooked in every video I've ever seen. No one really talks about number 4 here, but I think is just as important as number 1. I think all these items are just as important because one requires the other, right? You have to budget for 6 to 12 months of absolutely no money. What does that mean? That means if you got $8,000 saved up, you got to figure out, okay, how can I make this $8,000 last me 12 months? Or at what month do I need to get a part-time job? Or instead of getting a full-time job in 3 months, if I get a part-time job right away, then I'll be able to take my $8,000 and stretch it out into 9 months. Whatever you gotta do, you gotta figure out a way where you could stay in business full-time for at least 6 months, but that's the bare minimum, but the real number is 12. Okay, the real number is 12, and you have to budget for that. Get your finances in order, keep your overhead low. That's why I said when you're choosing a brokerage, don't join a Remax charging you $400 a month. You're not there yet. You gotta give up a little bit of your split to get lower overhead. That's what you do, that's business. You gotta pay up front and figure it out later. And finally, the glue that puts it all together. The 5th, one of the most important things you must do to start your real estate agent career is to figure out how you, yes, you, are gonna generate business. So that's number 5. Choose your lead generation method, okay? There's like a bevy of ones, like 52 different ways to get business in real estate, right? And I made 1,000 videos about it. Feel free to scroll my channel, talk about it. But as you get your license, you have to sit down and say, okay, I need to commit to 1 or 2 methods for the next 12 months. And you need to commit, none of this going back and forth. You need to commit. So if that's gonna be postcards, you better be ready to send postcards for 12 months. If it's door knocking, you better be ready to door knock for 12 months. If it's cold calling, you get it, right? If it's social media, you better be ready to make 2 to 3 posts a day for the next year if you want to be successful, right? So pick the lead generation method you want to go forward with to build your career, because everything else before number 5 is great, but it's useless if you have no clients. You don't have a career until you have clients. That's very, very important. And one tip I will give you for choosing a lead gen method is, I suggest you choose a method that comes to you most naturally, that you enjoy doing the most. Reason being is consistency is where you win, right? Consistent action over time is what builds a reputation, is what gets you clientele. So if you're gonna be cold calling, but you hate cold calling, so you only call once a week, then you're off for 3 weeks, then you come back and call for 4 days, then you're gone for 5 days, right? If it's one of those situations, you're not consistent, then you're not structured, and you are not gonna scale, and you're not gonna get a lot of business, and you're gonna fail, right? So pick the method that you enjoy doing the most, because that's the one you'll remain most consistent with, okay? That being said, if you enjoyed the content, you know what to do. You know what to do. Like, comment, and subscribe as always. And if you wanna join the Patreon, here's what I do over there. For $10 a month, I get on a weekly call, a Zoom call with everybody that's on there. You hop in, ask me whatever you want. And I mean whatever you want. You could ask about my personal finances, how I fund deals, or how I got this client, or behind the scenes stuff that I really can't share on a public setting, because my clients might be watching. But if you want that level of access, it's in the description. If you want that one-on-one, I offer a $150 coaching call. It's also in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.